Alrighty, so today I'm going to be answering a question I get pretty frequently in the Discord and YouTube comments and Twitter, stuff like that. This is a question I get all of the time. When most of the time it's from a perspective of newer players, but I think intermediate to even endgame players could probably benefit from information like this. And that question is like, here's my account. What team should I be focusing on first? What units should I be building up first? Etc., etc., right? So the question sort of to answer is like, what comes first when working on your Dokkan account, right? This is not like a cut and dry answer, and the caveat for this is always going to be, with this specific scenario, it's always going to be like, I'm trying to think of like the word, right? The first process is always going to be the same, but no, unless you are somebody that literally has every character rainbowed, right? Every character collected, every character rainbowed, right? There's no possible way for two players to have like the same exact account, same dupes, same amount of hidden potential, same Zenny, same stone, same rank, same everything, right? So it's always going to be sort of like, where do you, like, every account is going to be a different situation, right? Because usually like the most common response I'll give is, let me see what your account looks like so I can kind of help push you in the right direction. What team should we work on first? What character should we be working on first? And stuff like that. So the first section I want to start off in this video is if you are a beginner player, you literally just got the game, you downloaded the game today, you don't know where to start, and the first thing you're going to want to focus on is doing the panel missions on the left side of the screen. It's going to look a little bit different for you, but what you're going to want to do is clear this out and you're going to get the free-to-play Saiyan Saga team. I don't know if I have it built over here on this account. No, I don't. But what that team is going to look like, if we just pull it up really quickly, it's going to look something like this, right? We have this Goku, we have you, right? So the team is going to look something like that. That is going to be the first team that you want to focus on getting through. Then once you have this team built, you want to do the free-to-play Ginyu Force team, and you want to do the free-to-play Team Bardock. I believe I have both those teams. I might have just replaced the Bardock team. That's just how quickly it goes in and out of my head. But those are going to be the first 3 sets of units that you should be working on, and the first 3 sets of characters that you should be working on. Then the second step is going to be following this specific order. Now, this is the order that I like to do, say, if I'm starting a new account, right? Or if I'm doing something like 0 to Hero, or let's just say like tomorrow I started a brand new account, right? The first order that I would work on personally is focusing on one specific team. And that specific team with summonable characters and stuff like that is going to be a team that you want to flesh out. So for an example here, I'm going to rebuild this team that you were just looking at, and that is going to be Future Saga, right? So let's just say I'm somebody that's a really big fan of the Future Saga, right? I really like Goku Black, I really like Zamasu, I really like Vegito. So how can I build a team that works around Vegito, right? That is going to be, you know, the burning question on everybody's mind here. So what I want to start to do is work on characters. I guess I can use my SSRs as an example, right? So we want to identify characters that we have that are going to be good for the team, right? Specifically, these are going to be Dokkan Festival exclusive TURs. These are going to be Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, summonable LRs. That's a whole other thing for a whole other video, right? The types of units, but what we want to know is be able to identify which character is a Dokkan Fest, which character is not a Dokkan Fest, and which character is going to be priority for the team. If you are somebody that is new, then you're just trying to clear quests and stuff like that, you aren't going to need to have a team that is set up for endgame content with ridiculous offensive and defensive capabilities right off the bat. You just want to build a team that has synergy and can work well together. So don't be overwhelmed by your friends showing you their rainbowed, perfectly done teams and stuff like that. We want to focus on just setting up a team that works properly. So what do we want to do first? The first thing for Future Saga is we want to identify a character that is going to have a Future Saga leader skill that is going to be really good for us. Now, if we look at a character like let's just say, like, what are your eyes drawn to when you were looking at this screen, right? The first thing that you probably notice is there's an SSR Vegito Blue, and you're thinking that's probably the good leader for the Future Saga, right? So what do we want to do? We want to put this character, press the growth tab, go over here, and then look at this version of the character. What is it going to be when we max this out? You can see it says Super Class Key +4, HP and attack and defense +80%. So clearly that is not what we were looking for. He is not a Future Saga leader. But if we go up here and we were to hold down on a character like Future Gohan, you guys are going to see it says Future Saga Category Key 3, HP attack and defense +200%. So that is going to be the highest possible leader stat that we could have. That is going to be our leader character. Now, what do we want to do to make the team work together, right? Typically what you want to do is run your characters in pairs, so we want to pair up another Super Saiyan that is going to work well with future Gohan. In this case, ignoring passive and stuff like that, it's going to be either this Trunks or it's going to be this Trunks, or if we want to go down to our SSRs, we have another future Gohan down here that we could potentially use. Like we have a future Gohan right there, he's going to work fine with the team, right? We have a Trunks right here, that would work fine, another Trunks, right? Basically just Super Saiyans that we can pair all the way up with this Trunks or with this Gohan. So in this case, what we want to do is pair him up with another LR Trunks that I have right here, and that's going to help us with our first pairing. Now, we could either go a superclass route and continue to build superclass characters, or we could do another pairing that is extreme. Let's go ahead and go with the extreme pairing just for an example. This is going to work out just fine, right? Goku Black with Zamasu. With Fusamasu, these two are going to work out really well together. Now, what we want to do is just fill out the team, right? We could toss other LRs on the team for an example, or we could go get like support SSRs, right? This is a good support unit. This is a good support unit, right? Both of those my characters. If we want to use Vegito Blue, we can use Vegito Blue right there. If we want to use Goku and Vegeta that are in blue, if we want to use this version of Vegito, all of these characters can be used to fill out a team nicely in order to sort of work on what to progress, right? That is how you would build the team. And then the order of what you want to do to progress on that, right? Because that's kind of the whole thing. Which character should I work on first? You should be working on characters that you are going to use on the team first. So if I were to completely X out the characters from that I already have awakened, it would look something like this, right? This is a Future Saga lead and a Dokkan Festival exclusive TUR. This is an LR. This is a Dokkan Festival exclusive. This is an LR, right? This is a Dokkan Festival exclusive. And then who else would we want to have? This character is a Dokkan Festival exclusive, him right here, or we could potentially throw this guy on here as well. These are all Dokkan Festival exclusives and stuff like that, and this is a cohesive Future Saga team that can 100% work on what characters you want to work on. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to characters that you are summoning, whether or not they have an LR icon when you pull them, or if they have a Dokkan Festival exclusive icon when you pull them. This is going to help you formulate how you want to work on teams. So following that order, it's going to be very important in order for you to progress your account, right? Once we have our first team done, then we can start working on other filler units in order to make it work. So let's just say, for the sake of discussion, right, we worked on our Future Saga team, and we can just do this. I don't know why I didn't do this, but we have our Future Saga team here, and now we have one team done, we can start to work on other SSRs. So if I were to pull up my SSRs for an example, you guys can see I have a whole lot. I've done a lot of summoning on this account for Zero to Hero, but what you want to do is identify what characters are LRs, right? You go through your SSRs, what you want to do is lock the ones that are LRs and Dokkan Fest, and really important, and then maybe potentially put them in a tag list, and that way you can go through and start working on them in order. So you kind of look through these and you find characters that are LRs, you find ones that are Dokkan Festival exclusive TURs, and you're going to be able to go from there. So what is sort of the bigger picture that we want to take from this video, right? What characters do we want to work on first? In my opinion, the most important characters and what the game runs through these days are LRs. So find any SSR that is an LR, and those are going to be the first characters that you work on. This is all assuming that you have a team built in order to work on them, right? So now that we have our team, we want to work on all of our LRs. And then once all of our LRs are awakened, we've done everything that we can with those, then we want to start working our way down to Dokkan Festival exclusive TURs, because those are going to be very valuable characters to work on, right? These are going to be your category leaders. These are going to be characters that fill in nicely on a team, and it's all going to kind of glue things together after that, right? Once we've done that, if the character potentially has an Easy A, we can start to work on Easy A TURs and stuff like that. Then once we have all of our major characters, right? So if we look at like teams that I have, right? We've been working on major teams. This is a link leveling team, so ignore that. This one is like the prototypical Beast Gohan team, right? We worked on that one. We have a Movie Bosses, a Planetary Destruction team. We have all of these teams to work on. And now that I've done that, I'm able to kind of sort of go back and start working on other LRs that I have not done yet, like the Go Bros, like LR Goku Black, like LR Kid Gohan, like the GT Trio. All of these characters are here because like they're just ones that we need to work on. So now that we have those orders done and we've done all that, that's going to sort of help you understand where you need to be moving forward in order to progress your account, not as quickly as possible, but as optimally as possible, right? Because once we start getting through all of our major categories, we can start working on those little ones that are going to help us add up to other categories at the time, right? So when you're trying to clear Super Battle Road stages, you're going to be able to do this. When you're able to clear Extreme Super Battle Road stages, you're able to do Goku event missions, right? By building up as many characters as you can, because at the end of the day, right, you want to have all your characters done. Like if we think about like my JP account that I've been playing for years now, like all the characters that I need. Like sometimes I'm lazy about like sub EZAs, but like all the characters that I have are Dokkan Awakened basically, that are worth Dokkan Awakening. Anything that's worth doing is done, right? That's kind of the idea. So if you don't know, it never hurts to ask. But again, if a character is an LR, I definitely think that's like the first priority that you need to be working on. And then the second priority is it'll be a Dokkan Festival TUR. And then you want to work on EZAs. And then you want to make sure you're doing your free-to-play units as well. So that is sort of like the order of how I would do things. The first things I would do when it comes to working on your account and building teams and doing all of that fun stuff, I think it is really important for you guys to work on that first, because if you have a few cohesive teams that you can get through the game with, it's going to be much easier for you to work on other characters and have a lot more options in the way that you want to team build. So let me know down below if you have any questions on what to do, on how to progress your work on your Dokkan account, that order and stuff like that. Again, I know it can be a bit confusing. It's hard to kind of base this on one thing, but it is a bit of an open-ended question. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, if you guys have not already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the Dokkan content we're posting around here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.